I am beginning a little bit earlier today. I'm early, I'm late, but the cat always plugged in at the right spot, just like right there. Always doing something. Always plugged in at the right spot, just like right there. Always doing something. Always plugged in at the right spot, just like right there. Always doing something. Okay, we're gonna have to keep this on the side. Just trying to move my mouse. Okay, I'm going to wait about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm right here. I have to. I put a table. I mean, I don't know if you know. I printed up some cards, Mr. Tackpans, right? And I should have put art aware in one word because. And my cat sat on my printer today and printed me up a lot of cards. A lot of cards. My cat has printed me up. I don't know how many cards, but there's a lot of cards here. I'm gonna have to get a cutter to cut them up. I want to thank you, Mr. Cat. And Mr. Cat, of course, Mr. Tackpants, Mr. Cat. It's the family we're from. It's the Mir family or the Emar family. It's the Freeman family. And I'll explain to you very soon why. And I have to write it down so I don't forget. The F and the R and the M. And these letters are prehistoric letters. They come from where A is, you say R. It's not Ra, it's R. Now, the thing is, if I believe that the alphabet, where A starts at number 6 and Z ends at number 31, what if we took the alphabet and started Z from number 6 and ended A, number 31? And the reason for that is that, first of all, the reverse of 8, which is the Z, which is the 26th letter, which is 2 plus 6 equals to 8, inverted in the cubic world, 6 and 2 equals to 8. Inverted in the cubic world, it is Mars. And if I just turn these two dice around, 6 and 2, 5 and 1. 6 and 2. What's on the outside? 5 and 3. That means 4 and 2 must be on the inside, and that's where the cat is. Whoop. 4 and the underneath here. Hold on a second. 4 and 2. Maybe I should use two hands. So these magical items telling us so much about words, about the alphabet, re-explaining the alphabet, understanding position. And remember, there's only 6 numbers. So where do we get 9? Should I be using 3 cubes? Should I be using a cube for every how many numbers? You see, a cube has 21 dots. A cube has 21 dots. Okay, dots are like angels. Dots are like angels. Whoop. I got to shut off every so often. My stove buzzes on me. I don't know how to stop it. It says push to stop. Just hold on a second. Where is this? Having trouble streaming to where is this? Not here. Not here. Let me see this. Where is this? Not here. Okay. They tricked me. Okay. So now we're gonna get this. And remember we did a match with this. We did a match with first of all, the cub is the bear that is asleep and awake at certain times. The B, E, and Q, right? We're on Q. We're on the tail end. We're on the tail end because when we take the dice, we can't just put it down here. We have to throw the dice to the end of the table. And they got to hit the end of the table. If they don't make it to the end of the table, what does that mean? We're going to get back to the 21. Now, Pluto is number 84. So that would be 4 times 21 equals to 84, which means 4 times 33 equals to 132. This is HD, and this is ACB. We're just putting it blank out numbers. How else can we get here? It'll be 7 times 12 equaling to 84. So now we can line this up with the week. Well, if we're going to line it up with the weak, can we also line it up with the strong or the weak? But the weak, it takes 52 of them to make a year. You can also say a yor. When OY come together, okay, that is the student of Mars, which is O, and Earth, which is Y. The R is Venus. In production of Jupiter. Inside the word Jupiter, pi, 16 and 9, and fabricated somewhere in my numbers, equaling to the 25 value, the half-life birth in rotation to the spirit of Earth's heart, inside of high Q. Now, I'm going to have to reproduce that and tell you why in numbers, because Jack is a plugin, and his number is 25. Earth is also known as terre, which is also earth, but in French. We have to understand this is in time heaven, and this is re-terre, meaning going back to earth. Re meaning before. TH in ear, it is also the gold and the wax within the ear in time heaven. Where do I get this from? When you see EA together, you can bring all the E's and all the A's, but together it's number 5 and 1, bringing in the F family. Once you bring in the F family, we have to know that 5 and 1 is this letter over here. This letter is the 2 and 4. It's a dividing house. So we bring in the O, it becomes or, meaning gold. The numeric value for gold is the moon. OR equals to a total of 33, the 15th and the 18th letter. In which, in the reverse alphabet, these letters have been replaced. And this 18th letter now is in the M position. And this is in the J position, like J'aime McDonald's, right? The total of these two are now 23 instead of 33. Things that move by 10. Understand why. That in creation, it's A, B, C, D, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, equaling to that 10. Now, the big question there on this is if this is A and this is B and this is C, sorry, and this is C, then when you go back to A again, that would be AD. And then you'd go over here, BE. 300, 180 degrees, right? Is this our first 180 degrees to go from up here as high as you can go and down here? Because any more than 180 degrees, any more, okay, you're going back home again. Any more than 180 degrees, you're starting to come around the curve. And at what point are you heading back in the next direction? So, Jack, Earth, tear, Earth is number 52. Heart is number 52. The mathematics of 2 and 5 will create 10. 2 times 5 equaling to 10. And another way to find it is A, B, C, D. In between 2 and 5, two numbers that are not counted are 3 and 4, DC. What is the middle of 3 and 4? What is the middle of 3 and 4? It's 5. 5's in the middle of 3 and 4. It's 3.5. So where does that 5 show up? So anyways, we got this. Now, this is DC. This is polarity. Inside of what is Earth is the polarity of creation of the delta angle, AB. And I have to re-understand these letters because there really is no A inside of 4. In the dice cube here, in the dice cube here, I have to re-understand my cube because there is no A inside the 4. There is no A. In 1 and 2, there is an A, but here there is no A. So what value? This is the D value. Devalue. To devalue something. So this is devalued. So what does it mean to devalue? So now we have to revalue the 4. And we revalue it in an instant when we bring the light into the 4, in which you see the 6 here, it's also got a 4. But the light cometh between. So not only is the light in 6, but now the light or the 6 or the light gets brought into the E world through 5. You see those two on the outside here? They disappear and a dot appears. So now you can go in all directions. This is hold on a second. When the light comes to you as the human light, you are now inside the E world pass. This is the way it stands up. 2, 5, and 8 position, okay? And it's offset position. When I talk offset position, hold on a second. Offset positions. You see, either you can be in between over here, in between these two lines, or you can be right here in between that line over there. And understanding when you're creating these diamond likes, okay, into the game, these diamond likes starts in the middle here, okay, and ends. See, I'm going to take this one over here, I'm going to run it down, and ends right over here. And then I'm going to go back to this, the center over. Let me see where it is. Let me see. Okay, it's on that line. It's that line here. Goes to that line here, and that one over here. So you can see how many that is taken up. And this is a 4 square, and this is a 4 square on an angle. So the illusion of what 4 and 4 is right over here. This is the inside 4. This is the outside 4. Well, actually, this should be a 9 space. This actually is a 9 space because there are 9 corners in here. So this is noted as 4, 9. So this is just one illusion. Where was I? Can I just get a little drink and I'm going to come back. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Just give me one more second. Okay. We are going to I don't even know where I was. There's so many things going on all the time. But I've noted that as we seem to be going forward, there's actually something as I work on these pieces that's actually going counterclockwise. Like the alphabet, I kept saying A. Let's start A6. But now I'm going to say, wow, I should be at Z6. I should be starting at A31. Yeah, the alphabet should be starting at A31 and counting downward. So what would be after Z? It would be A5, B4, C3, B, hold on a second, 6, 5, 4, B2, and A1. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count backwards from Z. So I'm going to go Z, A, B, C. Oh, sorry. Whoop, whoa. A, B, C, D, E. E, D, C. What is 1, 2, 3 is 5, 4, 3. What is 4, 5, 6 is 2, 1, 8. This is an alternate alphabet going backwards from Z. But if we're going forward from A, 31, here it's 34. Over here, you're going to get D. And then you're going to get 35E, 36F. Then you're starting over 36F. Then you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me do this over here. Let me redo this. Here you have Z6. I went backwards and went A, B, C, D, E. And where this was 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, what? How much? What do I have to say to you? I love you? Or do you want me to just clean your nose? Can I clean your nose? Hold on, let me clean your nose. Let me clean your nose. Is that good? Yeah? Is that what you want? You want to clean the other nose? Yeah. Is that good? Yeah? You like when I clean your nose? Let me go in your nose and get a little bit more in there. Is that okay? You like that? You feel better? Yeah? Let me go get a little bit more in there. Yeah. What do you think? Hey? What do you think? What do you think? You don't want to be on camera? You're blocking the camera. Show everybody I'm cleaning your nose. So show everybody I'm cleaning your nose. Let me clean 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 your nose. Come on. Let me clean your nose. Let me clean your nose. Come on. You're the cat in the hat. You're in my head. You're in my head. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, I'm trying to talk some serious stuff out here, you know? Okay, let me stick my finger in your nose. Let me get right in there and clean that right out. Yeah, let me stick my finger in your nose right in there. Yeah, let me clean it out. Is that good? Is that better? Is that better? How about you want the other one? You want me to do the other one? Let me do the other one. Let me do the other one. Let me clean the other nose. Let me. Let me clean. Let me clean the other nose. Let me clean. Let me clean. Let me clean. Let me clean. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let me clean. Let me clean. Come on. Oh yeah. Okay, breakfast. I can see it. Time for a bath, right? Time for a bath. There's no one here watching, so take your bath, take your time. Yeah, just you're like an apple turnover, right? Is that what you are? Like a big apple turnover? Oh God, what? Well, we're gonna take like a 5-minute break here, all about me. Cat. Let's do some stuff about cat. Okay. I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna finish the alphabet first, okay? And get back to the alphabet. So what happens is Z starts on 6 instead of A. And A usually starts in the first position. And when you back it up, it's E. Okay, it's the A, B, C. So here it's 6, here it's 6, here it's 6, here it's 6. Oh, hold on a second. Here it's 6. Here is 4 and 2, 6. Here is 5 and 1, 6. Over here is the sixth position, and it has the 26 letters, 32. So that would be 5. So they would all be 6 all the way up to here. So it'd be 30, and then it would be 5, 35. What's that? What do you want to do? You want to get right in there? Reset the matrix. Reset the matrix. Do you have the eyes to reset the matrix? Reset the matrix. Reset the matrix. Reset the matrix. You got the eyes. Reset it. Reset matrix. Help us out. Call all your friends online to come help us. You're the only ones. They're inhumane to you anyways. Come on, help us out, baby. Come on, help us out. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you know I love you, eh? You know I love you, eh? Okay, we're going to get on with this video. Okay, been paying a lot of attention to the cat. She's got the, somehow she now has a tail between her legs, not only one on the back end, but between her legs right over there. There's a tail. Okay, so now we're going to run the alphabet forward. Now, when we run the alphabet forward, we're going to start at A31. We're going to be 32, 33. So A, B, C, and C would be the 3 pigs right over here. This is in creation. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. That is your rotation. But there's one more 3. And one of them will run 9 into 27. The other one will run in 6 into 18. They'll both create 99. But the totality will be 45. And it's the passage in the sun. It's the winding yellow brick road. I cannot prove it yet, but you can't see out through that yellow brick road. It is a winding road from one system to the next. It's not a straight line out. Anything that runs in straight lines seems to run with D and G, a danger. Too many curves are also no good, but it keeps the speed down. So now we know what is a straight line. Could be your more direct, less, what is your shortest distance? A straight line is the shortest distance. So I have to imply this to my work, to my studies. So I'm going to just finish off with this alphabet here for those who can remember. This is what I did. I'm going to do it cleaner. A is the 31st letter. Z is the 6th letter. So after 31, it is 32 and 33. At 33, we now come to Jesus. As 32, it is now creation. We started at 31. This is man. Where can we find 31? How do we create 31? Well, creation is 3 and the gateway is 7. It is the 7 because of 3, 1, 3. Here are your 3. Over here is your 1. Here is your 3. 3, 1, 3. 3 here, 3 here, 1 here. But you do have to note that this one over here does not come inside of here unless it goes under or over. It cannot go through this area, can it? That's a question. Can we go straight through this area? So we're trying to understand, and in relationship, this looks like an 8. So by creating another one of these, let me see how it's done. 1 second. We add on another 1, 2, 3 over here. And then we add on another 1, 2, 3 over here. And inside of it, we have this 1 and 3, this 1 and 3, this 1 and 3, and this 1 and 3. So when we go through our days, let's say we would go 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one we reach over here. And then we go 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one we reach over here. And then we go 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one we reach over here. And then we go 1, 2, 3. So our cycle in running is our first cycle. I haven't done the numbers on this. You can see that there were 1, 2, 3 area dots. So I'm going to assume this might be a complete area, and that might be its design. So when we do this over here, and we have the empty space, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the complete of that last cycle. Inside of what they would call 1, 3, 5, we can call it, or it's the 3 dice. You see this 3 dice over here? So if we're looking at this as the 3 dice, and this one over here, I'm going to redesign this. And this is only on a small scale, remember? So I'm going to start from over here. Let's say the beginning was the ending over here. So this would be already starting at number 4. As I said before, the Z, the A is the 31st letter. The B is the 32nd letter. The C is the 33rd letter. 4, 5, and 6. The Federation. FED. Federation in the sun. 4, 5, and 6. This is also a 15 and a very important number in the game of cribbage, which runs to 120 for a win. But that's not it. At 119, you have not won at 9-11, but you have one more stroke before you reach into the 120. All zeros are going to explain what this is. Once you have that 0 and explains what this is, here it is, number 6. See, there are 3 strokes that go through this one here. So to understand these 3 strokes, they're right over here. So there are 2 strokes that are never used. Here and here is never used. Okay. Oh, you see that? When the 2 is going from the, let me say it, top left to the bottom right, then the I letter will be standing, because this 6 this way is the I letter. This is your Venus. When your Venus is an accent grave, it is like this in the accent grave. And that is a sliding to the right towards 3, 6, and 9 as we know it. But 3, 6, and 9 will get moved over, and 3, 6, and 9 will, with an alphabet shift, will be right over here in the division of Mars. Mars is the line that cuts 1 between 2. So when we have the 2 this way, accent aigu, right? Or what we might say, if the 2 is alone, the 2 might have to be this way or this way only. You see, you remember before I said this 4 cannot be a 3 and 1. It must be all 4. It must be all 4. So I'm going to take this and count it for all 4. Okay? It can't be a 1. It cannot be a 3 and 1. It cannot be Okay, a 3 and 1. It can be a 2 and 2, but it can't be a 3 and 1. You see, 3 and 1 is already owned by A. It is the 31st letter. Where did D move to? D moved over into the 34th letter. It's number 34. It is the gateway. And so is, this is the polarity. It is the gateway, number 7. It is the separation of all numbers. It is the internal number to what is 5 and 2, Earth's heart, to what is 6 and 1, the halfway house, the human light. It can only be, and although we can calculate it, okay, although we can calculate it as 3 and 1 on the dice, in a single haven, 4 cannot be 1. They are alternate realities. So in language, right, when we say words, okay, when we say 10 through 19, okay, in French, you will say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But when we get to the next one, okay. Hey, Catlin, what is this work tech? You want to tell me? You still here on the channel? Caitlin, Caitlin, how you doing, Caitlin? What is VarkTech? What is that? Explain it, please. Okay, so when we say 10, right, there are 4 of them. Remember, there are 4 of them. There are 3 and polarity. This one is the one that stands alone. This one is from the alternate group. Because when we have a countdown, we start at 10, 9, dot, 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 all the way to 1, and then blast off. Okay, which is 215. By the way, it's memory, and it's memory to the cube, 21, to Mars, 51, and to Earth, 52. Separated polarities between Venus and the E worlds, which includes A inside of D. Understand it. So when we get here, there is nothing else with 10 other than a 1 and a 0. In 10, there's going to be a 7. There's going to be an 8. There's going to be a 9. But in French, it is a 8. It is a 9. Sorry, it is a set, the scepter of the oyster or the pearl. The scepter of the new pearl. The scepter of the new pearl. Half-life angels through the moon. OR is going to tell me about the moon. It's also going to tell me about the club. Value is 38. It's going to tell me about rotation because the value of these two, okay, is 33. In that 33, the recreation of the numbers will tell me about 69, its rotation of the tunnels or passage. How do we make 6s? Where do 6s come from? We can do that another time. So in all these words from 10 through to 15, right, you can notice that inside 11, you can see it's O-N-Z-E. The minute you see O-N, it's already broken up into 3 areas. I always regard this as pi. And I always regard it as pi for more than one reason. One of the reasons is into the 7th gate, these are the numbers. But in order to make the transition from 1 and 1, okay, into what is 1 and 2, into what is 2 and 3, A, B, C in transition. And don't forget, this one is not on the same side. It's this side, and then here, and then it's this side over here. It's the split tunnels, and they do come together. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, whoops, sorry. I'm quite sure in gematria, right? These all come together. The thing is, when this one comes together, it crosses here. When this one comes together, it crosses here. It bars. This area over here is barred. That area, okay, is 66. They say bar 66. Why is that area barred? I'm going to explain it to you. That when we run this design, now I wasn't going to do it with this double one here. I didn't want to do it with the double one. I really didn't. I didn't. But I'm running it. In the double one, I went down to 1 and I completed a complete replica of this one, which is going to extend over here, which calls to put this one here. In the house of the 7th gate, it doesn't have the same thing. It stops here, and I reuse another one, not below it, but I reuse the one twice for the upper world and the lower world. And I'm not sure if I should be doing that, right? But it's always questionable that if you need, where are your 3 outs? Are you getting out here? Are you getting out here? Or can you get a fine line passage and get out over here? In between the bricks. So anyways, with this said, I want to see what happens. It goes up to here and it drags it up to here. Oh, yes. Okay, so what happens, okay, is that they cross over here. So really and truthfully, they're only cutting up everything into 4 when they're crossing through M and N, the 13th and the 14th letter. They created the star. The star looks like to be Great Britain. They've broken up everything into halves when they created the next world. I'm just trying to understand a little bit more of this, but I don't want to use that design. I want to use my other design that I messed up. Which is this one over here. Wow, it's so messed up. I may as well just stick where I am, right? Just 1 second. I hope I didn't lose where I was. Okay, yeah, this is what it is. This is what it is. Because this pyramid here and this pyramid here reflect each other. There's a cross member over here. So if I dropped, and this is number 1, row number 1, or I'm going to put row number 1 here and put row number 7 here. By doing it that way, by inverting the numbers, because it seems like everything is backwards. You know what I'm saying? It seems like all the numbers are backwards. By doing that, when we come back to over here, I get 7 and 7. I get 777. And then I get 77 again. And it makes sense to me, okay, because 77 is hot and cold water. It creates red and there is blue, representing hot and cold. Hot and cold is number 43 and number 34. They are polarity. That is what creates 77. Then it creates the colors. Then it creates purple. When it creates purple, if you're playing the game of pool, you have 4 and 12. Again, 4 and 3, that is purple, 0, 4. Remember, number 4 does not have. Number 4 is only 2 and 2. It has nothing to do with alpha. So if 4 has nothing to do with alpha, what is it? What is the add-on of alpha? Where does alpha not exist in a number, right? Now, the thing is, number 10 and number 28, okay, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. 2 plus 8 equals to 10 equals to 1. These are black numbers, okay? I'm trying to understand is its location, because each one of these become to have a value of 1, 1, and 1. This corner number has an actual value of 1. This is actually the 5 position. There is no 5 position inside 4. Therefore, if there is no 5, there cannot be a 9. So 4 does not possess 5, or 9. That means it cannot have E and it cannot have I, but can it have anything that builds into what it is? It cannot, because it comes from number 1 and number 4. The 5 can, but the 5 can is when it possesses number 1. So that means if there is no 5 and 9, does that mean when I invert the alphabet, okay, to where I have R, which is the 18th letter, or N? If if 4 does not include this, then they cannot include R or I or E. They have my name, Rein. R-E-R-E-I-N. Queen. I'm just looking a little bit deeper. So they cannot, you see, 4, okay, does not have the C as well. 4 does not possess what the C possesses, but 4 is part of what C is. So anyways, this is pretty complicated to figure out the whole thing. What this was in gematria is when this goes down here, as I start to, hold on a second, maybe I can make one drawing to help you understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you go over to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and this is the gematria. So what I say is this goes down here. And then there's a whole set of numbers. There's another set of numbers here. And then there's another set of numbers here, 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 and then here. And as we scale up the numbers, you understand here's another pyramid. So all these numbers, 6, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8. Don't forget when you connect the in between the hexagon. The end of the gematria, I'm going to try and just show you a picture. I'm going to just see if I can, let me see if I can do this again. Hold on a second. Trying to see something. Oh, yes. And then it goes. Okay, so I'm going to see if I got this right. If I got this right, you see, this can be holding up legs. This can also be the eye. But this is between the two pyramids of the seventh gate. Right over here. So the question is this 8? Is this 9? Is this 1? And above all, is this 2? 2 into 7. 1 goes with 8, and 9 lives in between. So this is what they're holding on the top of the chalice. One of the explanations of the design of the chalice is to understand the in-between numbers. And if you're going through the gematria way, and one of the reasons, first of all, I haven't worked enough with Chaldean, not even close. I still don't even know my gematria numbers in order or letters, but this explanation over here is telling me about the chalice. At the same time, I can take what this is as a design and work it both ways. And if I went like this, then hold on a second. Where was number 7? Boy, I have some sort of, like, here's on this is 7. So on this is 8. On this is 9. On this is 1. on here is 2. 2 on this corner. 3, 4, 5, no. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. This is 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is 3. The top of it is 3. It's 3, 7. It's 3, 7, then 1 to get down to the bottom. So that was the top of the chalice. You understand these 2 peaks and points? And then I go above and below. Now I'm trying to understand that if we take another look over here, and what's happening over here is, can you see the Y letter? There's a Y this way. There's a Y this way upside down. It almost looks like they're carrying the clam, the gem, the oyster. I've seen this word so many times. The student of Mars, first on Earth, STER. Always remember, TER for me and my project is Earth. T is 20. R is 18. It's 10, 8, 20 location. 10, 8, 20 location. Where's that location? When you have this and this together in 0, 8, it is in the gateway. Let me explain it to you. In CB coding, go look up what 1020 is. At the same thing, when you see zeros, always put a 6. So this 30 plus 12 equals to 42. This is a basic 30 from the calculation. At the same time, if I really want, this will be 3 in its own. And this has 2 worlds because you can calculate 2 different worlds. This doesn't have a multiple world. In this multiple world, you'll see this. And in that world, you'll end up putting this. So 3 times 0 equals 6. 3 plus 0 equals 3. The O represents Mars because it's the 15th letter. The Y represents Earth because it's the 52nd letter. Oi is recommended is that you can say Amoy is the connection between Mercury with Earth and Mars. Now, what is that Mercury? Remember, Mercury, is there a danger in the Mercury planet? And when I say danger, the word danger, it's not. Anyways, the ST is noted for first and last and could be also in number 3. The importance of number 3 or the comprehension, it's only 1221. That's all it can be. You can also call 3 6 because 3 and 3 is 6. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So this becomes 36 and 12 equaling to 48, 24. The divided house of the cat in Pluto. Let's not leave out a dozen, right? A dozen. 4, 1, 5, 8, 5, 5. The heavens pass. But don't forget, there is no alpha. There is no alpha, but with O cometh the light. This, when this is this way, and the 2 is that way, this is the letter I. When the 6 is facing you standing up, the 2 is to the right. When the 2 is facing you, when the 2 is facing you, that is the letter I. See the way it shows the 1 in the center and the 5 position of 3 creation, Mars creation of 13. 5 by 13 is 65. That is Yo 11, the student. It is the 4th marking in creation, in duplication, and where 1 and 1 are AA becomes 1 and 2. Step 2. This becomes the half area. This is a split 1 and 1. Now this one is part of what this one created. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. You're still on the other side, even over here. You're still on the other side over here. You're always on the other side because you started with 1. This one became 2. You see, when you made it 2, they shift. There's nothing in between. The only thing that was in between is M and N. 27, a big red sun. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then the rotation comes here. Now, if you want to take one step onto the other side, we are going to create this over here. And then the final result of that is this over here. And then the final result of that is this over here. And then it remains this. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, 3, 1, 3. 3, 1, 3 is the steps from A, and then it repeats. So your 3, 1, 3 repeating will be 3, 1, 3. So your steps of 3, 1, 3 keep repeating. Now for those, okay, who want to see different and want to start on another number for a reason that this one is still in the old world and this one's still part of the old world, we start over here. This will be first, second, third, and then this one will be fourth, and this one is your birth. So depending on how you want to rack it up. This is the polarity of 1 and 2. Being the polarity of 1 and 2, it is 6 and 5. So knowing that we live within that E world, okay, what is our construct? It is 3 and 4. What is the halfway of 3 and 4? Right? What is the halfway between 3 and 4? Is it 3.5? Well, that's funny. It's in a different house now. Are you inside? Where is the halfway between 3 and 4? I mean, if I had 2 bricks, I'd say the mortar was the halfway between them. So then because there is no separation between these bricks, unless you have to understand what Rubik's Cube's all about, inside the separation between 3 and 4, okay, and in between other numbers in itself, okay, is number 3 and 5. 3.5 is the halfway house for 3 and 4. It is also for 5 and 2, as well for 6 and 1. You can look at these different ways, although they add up to 7, looking at it in a different aspect. Between 35 and 34 is 1. Between 35 and 43, there is 7 plus 1, 8. Between 35 and 52, there is 17q. Between 35 and 25, there's only 8. Between 35 and 61, there's 26. Between 35 and 16, there's 19. So they're telling stories within themselves. You might not believe it, you might not think it, but that's the way I've seen. Hello, Amy. What is VOY FYI? Can you please help me out? So where was I in this? Just give me a second. Give me a second to recapture what was on my mind. We were over here. Yes, okay. The center of the cube here is 3.5. But in reality, if you take apart Rubik's Cube, where the 3.5 area is a spindle that spins around different parts of the cube, telling different stories, and also how the one left, two right, one left, how that works. 2 left, 1 right. Remember, turn it 1 left or 1 right. Otherwise, it's on the other side. Okay, so we were talking also pool. This would be the game purple ball. The purple is also the 9 in horse racing. It's also a split color on the 10. So it's very ironic that it is. Purple is also number 88. Also noted as number 7 to the single count, the half-life. And when I see the half-life, it's because these 2 dots are in between. So I'm not really sure if you should be running the cube this way. When you run the cube this way, okay, here, when it's a single dot. But once you surpass the 2 dots, the 4 squares over here, there is an above and there is a below, and that is explained on the nickel, both the American and the Canadian nickel. It's also expressed on flags. At the same time, you can get a center cut and 2 ends, creating the joint 4 house over here of the 9 lives of the cat. Now, cat is CAT, numeric value 24, but there are 3 by 27 reverse alphabet letters equaling to 81. The difference between this is 57, and now we have the moon cat. 57 is 3 parts of 19, which is the spirit created by man. Number 13, where the alphabet starts at A. Sorry, where the alphabet is A31. Man is bar mitzvah, and now you must bar 66. That is bar mitzvah. And the number to man is 28, equaling to the 364, or the 13 moons in the year, to the moon cat. And we're barring the feline. This is the gateway. This is the separation of the seventh gate. And when we invert it, we have half a day. 5 and 7 is 12 to what was created to be 24. That is the inverse of these two numbers. This will create the values of 35 and 12, equaling to 23 and 47. 47 telling me about time, the cycle of rotation of 1177. I'm saying 11 because when it separates over here, it's either 1 and 1 or it's 77. Whether you go starting 1 here or 7 here, it doesn't matter to me. But the reality is, remember, the cap of 1 and 6 is the 7. So there's a question on the design now. If I put this like this and put number 7 over here, number 6 here, number 6 here, my only way through 7 is to pass through number 6. Or if we had number 6 here and 6 here, the only, if 7 wants to pass on through, 7 is right over here. 7 covers half of both 6 and 6. So 7 has a whole zone and a half to its own on the way down. So this is your cat. And by the way, 81 are the Venus angels. Something I want to mention, just in case I forget, that when I have the R, that is either A1 plus what? Plus 8 equals 9. You see, although this is the first letter, this is the 18th letter. It is in the A family. I'm assuming if it's in the A family, that maybe instead of saying 18, A equals to 10. So it's 10 and 8. So it's A and what has become of. Because in order to put this together, in order to put AB together in creation, right? When you put AB together in creation through numbers, you're actually looking at this. So you're looking at what looks like the R letter. But you can't, you know, I'm just showing you hypothetically what can happen. I never finished this, and I'm really sorry. This is the rotation of 3, 1, 3. And whoopee. And I didn't show you the end of the alphabet. I'm so sorry. Here, 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 here. Okay. Okay. Okay, and here is how it goes. Here's an area there. Where is it? Let me do it this way. Here's an area. And let me see. I don't know why. Every time I look for a color pencil, like, and here's an area. This would be the horse, no? No, I don't want to do that color.
Wow. And then maybe I'm going to use the orange up here again. Okay, and can I just Pearl Harbor, a portal, a portal. Forget. Oh yeah, the gold, the moon. Yes, I remember. Okay, so oh, hold on a second. My stove again. I thought I fixed that, but guess I didn't. Give me 1 second now that did that. Give me 2 seconds. Let's all take a minute break here. Just give me 1 minute. Let me gather a few things. Just let me gather a few things. I'm coming back. Give me a minute. So, what happened? What happened? We begin 1, 2, 3, and then we go here. 1, 2, 3, connect. 1, 2, 3, connect. 1, 2, 3, connect. 1, 2. Whoop, the line should be over here. Okay, so that's how it should work. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now we are in Mars. Where do I go next with this design? Now you might ask, oh my God, it's bigger here than here. Well, haven't you noticed the B and the 8 and a few other letters are bigger in one spot? Do you see that there's 9 over here and 4 here and 4 here? I don't know which way to go with this, but this can shift or flip. If this flips over, right, this will flip over and fill in this area over here. If this flips over up here, I just flip it over. Let me see. I flip it over and it'll go right here. These 3. So this one, this point will end up over here and it'll go into this one here. And then that one will go down here. So you'd be connected like this. You'd have these 4 connected. And then if you flip this one over here, you're going to now connect these 4 over here. you're going to double up. I'm just trying to understand the scenario. Just trying to understand the scenario. And when you do that, you'll be running all 9 over here. And when you do that, only this area here and this area here will not be doubled up on. These 3 will be doubled up on. This is an empty spot that will now become open. This is an empty spot that will now become open. It was once a bridge and now it's not if it's removed. If they remove 66. So now I'm looking at this design and I'm trying to find out where is that 7th gate within this design? Because in this design, this numeric, this area over here, right? In which, of course, we're supposed to make it, I should make it bigger. When I make this bigger, my squares all move. Take a look at my square. This square here is taking up a quarter of 4 positions. It's taking up a quarter of 4 positions. It's taking up a quarter of 4 positions. So there's still left over in each position 3 areas into this position because of the size of the 4 box. If I did a size of a 1 box, it would be a different story. I'm just trying to take out, I don't know what it all means, but I'm looking. At the same time, my next question is, this obviously has to get bigger. What is it going to look like? I must design it. I'm curious to know myself, but I want to go on to the next piece. If you have any questions, I'll have to come back and look it over. I was going over the what was the re-alphabet where Z is number 30. Sorry, no, don't want to do that. Then it's in the middle of the page. Where Z is 6 or 06. And A is 31, B is 32, C is 33, D is 34, E is 35, F is 36. Now, when we go back to A, 1A 37, okay, 1A 37, sorry, when I go back to the beginning, which is supposed to be whoop, didn't want to do that. Hold on a second. See, I decided to get nice and fancy, right? Z6. So now we have Z6, 36, F36, G37, H38, I39. It's perfect, the angels. J. J40, and that is freaking perfect. And the K is 41, and that is freaking perfect. Because in J, which is A, B, C, D, what happens is when you connect the invert of A, it's I, the invert of B, it's H, the invert of C, it is G, and the invert of D, it is F. Okay, when you get to F, you have reached into the alter world because you're bringing in 6 and 1, 7. Here it's 4 and 3, 7. The 4 and 3 are basically the same house. So let's say constitute the same house, and at the same time they do not. And I'm going to show you what I mean. You see, this is what they do. This is the 142, okay, over the 896. So this is the 896, okay, over the 142. 2 on the calculator, or alligator. So when we do this, you always have to remember that 9 and 1 cannot get the core. And this is what we think they can't get the core. In this scenario, if these were all touching together, okay, the only way through, okay, for 3 to get the 5 is through 2 and 6. Here's number 5. Here's number 6. And here's number 3. Now, if I wanted to take my complete cube and go, this is the way I'd have to go. This is number 3, and I want to get into number 5, and the only way in is the M and M way. Either this way or that way, but I can't go. Either I go 3, 6, or I go 3, 8. And that's the dividing 7th gate. And there's another way to do it. I mean, I can do it upside down and go by, instead of going, I can't go 9 into 5 or 7 into 5. No, I can't go 9 into 5. Can't go 9 into 5, so I'll go. So I can't go. Here's number 9, and I can't go into number 5. So I got to either pass into the 8 or the 6. So I'm going to go 9, 8 or 9, 6 to get over to the 5. And here, I had to, the only way to get in, it wasn't 6 and 8. It was 6 and 2. Made a mistake in that one. Oh, it was, hold on. Yeah, 3 and 6 and 3 and 2. Right. So those were the way ins, unless 2 times 3 was my way out, right? 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. So we have to understand our numbers as well. Yeah, so we did that. We did that. Now, how does 7 get into 5? So for number 7, to get into 5, it's got to be 7, 8. Okay, come on, go, 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 go. Okay, so here it's either 7. Come on, just right there. That's close enough. Just, you can stay there all night. Right there all night. You don't have to sit in the 5 hole. You don't have to sit in the 5 hole, okay? You don't have to sit in the 5 hole. I'll love you all the same. I'll understand you all the same. You don't have to sit in the 5 hole, okay? You have a beautiful spot right there. You're okay? You feel like you're in the center now? Until I turn my face away from you. That's when you'll move, eh? Okay, so we're running through 7, 8 and 7, 4 is the only way. 7, 8 and 7, 4. So to get through the gateway, G and H, and don't forget the alphabet move. So when this alphabet shift, right? Okay, whether I start with A6 or Z6. Thank you very much. So whether I start at A6 or Z6, I'm going to start with A6. That means B would be 7 and C would be 8. That's 2 and 3. That creates a perfect 10, 10. Come on. What is this? What is this? Come on. I just pushed you away. Just come on. Okay, you can stay there. That's perfect. It's good. Beautiful. Yeah, listen. I'm gonna put some barometers here, okay? I'm gonna put a vibrator so you can't stay close to me or something. All right? You think we can understand that? Don't get mad at me. It's not fair. Come on. Not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Okay. So 74 is Jesus. 48 is Pluto. So to get into the 5 hole, into the E world, you're going to have to go through 8 and 4. 8 and 4 is Pluto. 8 and 4 is Pluto. All you're missing from Uranus is number 10. All you're missing from Jesus is number 10. It's added on. Inside of this one over here, it's 9 and 8 and 9 and 6. So in the high rotation. And both to get into number 55, 9 and 8, 9 and 6. Inside the sun, the multiplication is 54, the quarter sun. 9 and 6 is 15, 1 and 5. The reverse of that is 6 and 2. That is the half-life of Venus, the queen. The dog, the card, the game, the A and E world, arts and entertainment, represented by the planet Mars. So we redid the alphabet and we finished at K41, which is also going to be K5. It fell exactly in the order it should have fell in. A felon. So K, L in the second part of the alphabet, okay, where Z started it. Now we run into L, right in the Z position. This would be the same position, right? J, K, L. See, I went from A, B, C starting at A at the 31st. I could have went backwards. If I went backwards, okay, this would be A, B, C, D, E. And the alphabet would start with 12, E, and this would be 12. So we'd be starting the alphabet at 12, and then this would be 12, and then this would be 12, and then all of a sudden, this would be 12, and then this would be 12. So the first 5 parts are 12. 5 times 12 equals to 60. 5 times 0.3 equals to 15. The 1/4 time, also note that 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, okay, will equal 6 and 5, will equal to 3 and 2, 5. So they equate to each other. They also establish to be Earth 52, Mars 51, and part of memory of the divided gateway of 66. So when we get to L, okay, which is position 6, it is we're not going to use the 11th letter in the first. Here, what is, I went backwards to A, but now we're on 26. So that's going to be 26 and 12. That's going to be 38. 26 and 12. Although I started, hold on a second, I started in the 6th position. I'm just trying to figure out how to calculate 11 and 1. 26, I'm not talking about position here. Now I'm talking about position. Before I wasn't. So this is the 6th position. And I am going to have L12. Not really sure how to calculate that one right now. So in the next position where I double up for the first time from Z, I will now have L12. So I'm going to have M13. But anyways, I don't want to go any further with that. I want to see what level we can take this on next. Just going to do some short stuff. Pluto and Mars. Pluto is 84. Mars is 51. 17 times 3 equals to 0, 3, and 21. Number 24. 63 and 21 equals to 84. 28, 28, 28 equals to 24 and 6. 24 and 6. So since it's 0, 6, this will equal to 30, add 60, equals to 90. It's birth of our rotation inside the moon, January. All zeros equal to 6 is what equates that. And when you have a 6 over here, you're now going to have a 9, 6, and inverted, you're going to have a 9, 8, because that is the 2 moon inversion to the 1 moon inversion. The 1 moon is Earth. The two moons are Mars, Lunis, Deimos, and Phobos. Luna, Dima, Phobos. Inside the 18, but the actuality is there's still another one, and I'm not sure what we do with the next one. The one that brings them all together. I don't know what it's doing unless it's just a regular cube. And don't forget, if you have 4 cubes and you have 84, you can't have 4 cubes. It's not possible. You need a total of minimum of 26 cubes according to Rubik's Cube. But I'll be happy, okay, just to use, I'm not even sure how many yet. So we're not going to go on with that. So when this comes to polarity, you see it's 51. It becomes Pluto. It becomes 63 when 63 is apparent. That is the 7th gate because of the multiplication of 7 times 7, 49. 7 plus 7, 14. 14 plus 49 equals 63. The next one, you add up, okay, this 51 plus the next 17, you're going to get 68, the gateway. Now, no matter which way you look at this, is it this answer? No, it's not. The answer here is 33 through rotation. 3 by 7, 21, and 3. So now we're going to put 17 one more. This will create 7 and 3, 10. 1 and 3, 4. So now you have 4, 10. You have created the complete boundaries. 10 and 4. Complete boundaries. 6 and 4 came out to 3 and 1. Complete boundaries through Mars. And inside of this is 5 and 9. And inside of that is 6 and 8. Communication, 10-4, good buddy. This will become, although this is number 14, please add 66, which becomes 80. Okay, add 6 becomes 86. And that's the divided cat house. That's the cat, and that's the house. Cat, house. Cat, house. Although house is number 68, okay, we have to understand that A, B, C, D is what connected that house. So in order through the artwork we just did before, over here, yeah, so over here we understood how that worked, right? Let's see if we can do that again a little bit bigger. Whoop, I have to say goodnight to somebody, so just give me a minute. Okay, so this is 3, this is 3. Where was that one? What happened to that? Okay, that here's the single one, and 1, 2, 3, and then here's the single one, and then 1, 2, 3, and here's a single. So let me see if I can do this. 1, 2, 3, single. 1, 2, 3, single. 1, 2, 3, single. 1, 2. Wow, where would the next one go? One, 2, 3. No, it couldn't work that way. It had to go the way I did it at first. Okay, I'm going to do it one time. 1, 2, 3, dot. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, dot. Let's do that. Right, then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, dot. Then I'm going to go 1, 2. How did I get the last one done? Oh my God. Oh yeah, that was right. 1, 2, 3, dot. Then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dot. 1, 2, 3, dot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dot. 1, 2, 3, dot. 1, dot. 1, 2, 3, dot. 1, 2, 3, dot. Anyways, I'm going to come back with you. It doesn't show me anybody on the screen that was here, so I'm going to recalibrate and come back and see if I can do something a little bit different. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.